What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and yeah, in the category of I'm gonna make every excuse in the book to avoid the actual obvious answer, the Hollywood Reporter and probably everybody down there at Disney and Pixar are doing this little hand-wringing dance around the actual issue game, trying to explain what happened with Lightyear. Everybody expected Lightyear to come out big, to come out strong, because this is a Pixar movie. This is a huge billion-dollar franchise. This is Buzz Lightyear. People know Buzz Lightyear. Everybody's trying to dance around the obvious, and they're doing themselves no favors. I don't know what they hope to achieve with all of this. Face the music and maybe hope that, you know, okay, let's learn some lessons and let's move forward, okay? Because the real issue is the audience. Who's the audience for your film? There should be things that you do every single time you make a film. Who's your audience? Do you understand your audience? And don't do things that offend your audience. You should be okay. But that seems to be like a Hollywood problem in and of itself, because they don't ever understand, like, who are the people coming to see this movie? They're making it's like they're making movies for people that ain't coming to see movies. Like, Hollywood is always in this pickle where they don't understand, like, you're just pissing off your audience. That's really why some of these movies flop and fail, is because you're pissing off your audience. But let's go ahead and get to this story, because they answer the question of what this is about in the first sentence, but then they go on and write this dumb article. Lightyear's box office behind Pixar movie's family problem. That's the answer right there. Family, okay? Family. It is a family movie. Make it for families. That's it. That's it. It's a family film. You got to make it for families. Where's Vin Diesel? What do you got to say?
You don't turn your back on family.
Family. That's all it's about. But then they go on and say, well, the Toy Story spinoff is suffering at theaters thanks to brand confusion, fierce competition, and far-right politicians. It's like they don't get it, man. They don't get it. Whoever this chick, Pamela McClintock, is, I think, like, these guys in Hollywood and all these guys that write on these articles, like, a lot of these dudes, they just talk to themselves. They just talk amongst themselves, and they don't actually get out there and talk to the people that are buying tickets, you know? Like, those are the people you need to say, hey, why did you not go out and see Lightyear? What happened? Oh, let me tell you. They'll tell you exactly why they didn't go see Lightyear, okay? They'll tell you, especially if they have a family, and they are, because that's your target demographic in this particular situation. It's parents and kids. Parents and kids. That's who you should be trying to get to see this film. And they're talking about, well, it was suffering because of brand confusion. So let's go ahead and just check this article out. I mean, it's insane. Like, they don't really understand stuff. Like, they even messed this up right at the beginning. In early January of this year, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 didn't come out in January. Like, you know, like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. It's funny how this stuff is. But it does hit on some interesting points. So check this out. Paramount insiders estimated that 60% of the audience on opening weekend were kids and parents, proving that families were indeed willing to set aside concerns about the ongoing pandemic and return to theaters. People was probably over the pandemic long before then. They wasn't setting aside nothing. They were just waiting for a good movie to come out. And they say, oh, heck yeah, Sonic, yeah, let's go check this thing out. Because people wanted to get back to see a movie, but they just didn't really have anything to check out. But then it goes on and says, but when Disney's and, you know, Toy Story spinoff Lightyear debuted, only 38% of those turning out were families. That's it right there. Again, you nailed it right there. That's it. Stop the article. You're done. Only 38% came out that were families. Don't talk about all this other stuff, because that stuff doesn't matter, okay? That means that 62% of the people that went to see Lightyear were what, like young adults, maybe some older adults, maybe some older teens. But it wasn't mom, dad, sis, and bro. It wasn't a family unit. It was a bunch of other folks that went out and saw this, and that is your target demographic when you're making an animated film, okay? And it says here, Disney insiders privately point to mixed critics from reviews, at least for a Pixar offering, and less than rave audience scores. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. And again, all that stuff is there, and word of mouth does happen, but this is Buzz Lightyear. This is a character from a billion-dollar franchise. You're never going to convince me that people were like, well, I don't know who this guy is. We got to see what this film is all about. Yeah, most of the people that went to see it, once again, families go to see these films. Like, check this next one out. It says here in June of 2019, about 45% of buyers for Toy Story 4 were parents and kids. Again, they're coming in below this. It says here, kids are notorious for being what? Repeat viewers, which can propel a big screen movie to enjoy incredible multiples. Yes, kids go to see these little animated joints again and again and again and again. Mom, can you take me to see Incredibles? Can you take me to see Toy Story? Can you take me to this? I had kids. I already know this stuff, okay? I had kids. My kids are grown now, but I had kids. I remember Shrek every freaking weekend. But that's what they do. They want to go see the big movies. And we went to them, and we had a great time. Those are fun family films. See, and here's the thing I think that Disney and Pixar and probably everybody else in Hollywood is missing. So this article is from March of 2020, and I'm not going to read it, but look at the headline. Study suggests larger families have more conservative views. Yes. If you're a family unit, right? Mom, dad, sis, bro, maybe you got a third bro or fourth cousin or something like that. And everybody it's a tight-knit family. It's a big family. You're going to have conservative views from the parents, at least from a social and a cultural perspective. Why? Because you're a parent, you're trying to protect your children. Hey man, we got to peel this back in. We can't just be out here wilding out. We got to peel this back in. We can't just watch anything that we want to watch. We got to be careful of what we watching and showing to our children. Those kind of things are being discussed in homes and families across America. People are more conservative inside of families. Yeah, if you just like one dude, one woman, one person here, there, and everywhere, oh yeah, you don't care. You just, hey, I'm living my life. But when you got little ones to protect, yeah, your whole thinking changes. As a parent, my thought process changed. Your whole thinking changes when you start having kids. And you start getting a little bit more, hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't play all of this crazy loud rap music for my kids. Maybe let's throw on some like cartoons, or let's throw on some like fun music and things of that nature. I'm not going to sit up here and play all of this crazy loud rock music, rap music. You change your values. Yeah, what you were when you were 18, 19, 20, and all through your young 20s, you are not that as a parent. Okay, and maybe, you know, again, families, you're making films for families. So that's the problem when you come back to an article like this and you start reading this stuff, and it's like, okay, they're sitting here talking about, oh, it didn't help that, you know, Lightyear became a political punching bag for conservative lawmakers. And it's like, y'all missing the point. Y'all missing the point. Like, Hollywood is like so disconnected from reality. Like, they don't understand the people that they're actually making these movies for. That's the problem right there, okay? They're disconnected from regular people. They need to probably go out there and actually meet and greet and talk to regular, normal people in the Midwest. And it mentions that here. It starts going into the political conversation. It says it hurt Lightyear, although the film did under-index by a large margin in the Midwest. But it also says it also under-indexed in the Northeast, where many locales and Democratic-leaning, as well as Canada, which is probably the most socialistic country in the entire planet, and it didn't do well there. Why? Again, families. Families are not going to come out and see this film. Families are protective of their kids. They're not just going to let their kids watch whatever. They want their family programming to be a certain sort of way. You know, that's just what they want. And people say, oh man, it was just a little short kiss. It wasn't that big of a deal. Okay, that's you. But a lot of other families don't agree with that. They say, nah. I don't want to show that to my kids. Hollywood has to understand that. They need to stop talking to themselves. They need to start interacting with real people. They're just like living in this like Hollywood bubble of ideas that don't exist anywhere else. You guys got to start talking to your customers. You know, this is customer service issue now. It's like, I'm not getting what I want as a customer. If I'm a family, if I'm a dad, I'm like, man, that don't look like something I'm interested in. You know, I'm not getting what I want as a family man. I'm not getting what I want out of this. So I'm gonna go and take my entertainment dollar and we're gonna go over and watch something else. Top Gun. That seemed like more of a family film in some folks' eyes. So yeah, that's the issue. And it says here, you know, like we should have considered the pushback from the same gender relationship from ultra conservative families. And again, it's everybody. Okay, they're not understanding. It's everybody. Once again, go back to the top of the article. Only about 38% of those turning out were families, period. And it's not just ultra conservatives. All families are mostly conservative in their cultural and in their social values because they're trying to protect their children from all the crazy BS that goes on out there in the world. And obviously, you know, the 38% that turned out, there's definitely progressive families that are out there, but there's just more of the conservative type. So, you know, you'd probably get the conservatives and the progressive families if you just said, hey, let's just make something that everybody can enjoy and let's make some money. That's what they should be doing. But nevertheless, folks, what do you think about the Hollywood Reporter tap dancing again around the issues and not really understanding why people didn't go out to see this movie? Why only 38% of those that turned out to this movie were families? Why? Maybe the Hollywood Reporter, maybe y'all should share this with the Hollywood Reporter so they can figure this out, because they answered the question and then they kind of went in and started talking about like everything else, you know, beyond politics, it's the politics of it all. And then it said, well, the movie just didn't hit the right buttons. No, again, people had an idea of what they wanted to watch before this movie came out. They already knew it. There's definitely something to be said about the Tim Allen and Chris Evans thing that they mentioned here. There were some folks that said they feel bad about how this went down with Tim Allen, so they're like, nah, I'm not going to check it out. I definitely believe that that was a thing. But again, 38% being families, that's the answer right there. That's the answer no matter how much everybody else wants to dance around it. But anyway, folks, let me know what you think. Go ahead, drop down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and your opinions on that. All right, folks, thanks for watching. See you next time.